Hi, Professor. My name is Melissa Cuellar, and I'm doing a presentation with my group, which is Kat O'Donnell, me, Robert Garcia, Jennifer Rios, and Cartier Featherston. We've chosen to do our project over coffee in China. Here's my introduction. Our selected product, again, is coffee in China. We decided as a group that it would be best to introduce coffee pods initially. So basically set up our business in two different phases, offer coffee pods and coffee production first, and then once we're profitable from that, then introduce the actual machines that the coffee pods are contained within. It says, even though China is typically known as a tea-consuming nation, the production and consumption of coffee is on the rise and has been on the rise and drastically growing within the past decade. The upward trend is expected to persist as long as there is disposable income in China. My portion of the project was to conduct a SWOT analysis of coffee in China, which consists of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for this particular company. First of all, the strengths are that we have chosen a high quality product. We would like to have a high quality product to share and bring to the Chinese market. We have established a management team that will help with customer relations and in our support with our relationship with Chinese coffee manufacturing companies. We hope to offer a phenomenal service, offer a great service to the Chinese market. Then we have our weaknesses. No brand effect for the new business, limited distribution channels, which obviously we don't live in China, so we are not really aware of all of the business avenues there in the distribution channels. And we obviously have a lack of experience, not to mention we don't speak Chinese, so that might be a factor. The opportunities that we have are there is a growing coffee consumption culture in China. Starbucks is brand new in the area. They have partnered with Nestle, so we feel that we could do the same thing and be just as successful as Starbucks and Nestle. There's a stable government with sufficient protection of private property. So with a stable government, we feel that our business venture would be well protected by the legal system there. China's economic transition and stable development and growth of Chinese coffee industry. More and more we see that the Chinese coffee industry is transitioning from basically from tea to a combination of tea and coffee. So hopefully they'll transition to just straight into coffee. And also the threats are intense competition. Again, I'll mention Starbucks. That's an obvious factor of a threat because they have established themselves globally, so they would be one of our biggest competitors. And that there are many substitutes. Again, I'll mention the coffee. So the tea. So tea in combination with coffee or just tea in general because Chinese typically tend to be heavy tea drinkers. Next I have the Porter's Diamond Diagram for coffee in China. Firm strategy and rivalry, high market competition from firms as Starbucks which drive innovation and quality. Again, as I just mentioned, that's definitely going to be a threat. So that's one of our biggest competitors. Government, stable government with sufficient protection of private property. Again, let me emphasize that we feel that our business would be safe. Any contractual agreement with a currently established company in China. Factor input conditions, availability of affordable skilled labor, capital infrastructure, and conducive climate for business. One of our team members, Jennifer Rios, pointed out the variations of minimum wage labor is significantly less than it is that here in the United States. So we feel that we would have a significantly smaller overhead because of the cheaper minimum hour wage. Related and supporting industries, the country's climatic condition provides an ideal environment for the plantation of coffee, which is a desirable factor for the coffee business, and such conditions help in ensuring adequate access to raw materials. The climate in China is fantastic for growing coffee beans, so we feel that this would be obviously another phase that could be added to our company at another time. First, initially form a contractual working relationship with an established coffee company in China, and then move to the second phase, which would be partnering with a company that would help us create the actual coffee machines, and thirdly, producing our own coffee because the climate is ideal in China. Lastly, the factor conditions. China is a country with individuals who are aware and typically demand quality, advanced and innovative products and outcome that creates global competitiveness. And here again, Starbucks is very advanced, so we would have to mirror basically everything that Starbucks and Nestle is doing in their partnership with Nescafe. And if we feel comfortable that if we mirrored what has already worked, then that system would work for us. Here are my references. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this presentation. I've enjoyed your class. Thank you so much.